So we are up over 300% now in our 2K challenge. So it's like January 5th right now. It's been like 31 trading days so far. So it's 31 trading days, so it doesn't count weekends or like any holidays. It's 31 trading days, and we are at $9,765.74, which is pretty crazy. So now we're just going to be using that full position of 9,765 for our next trades. So it's just gonna be like a snowball effect. Our profits and our winning trades are gonna get bigger and bigger each and every single day. So I'm actually really excited for that. The whole goal is to get this to 100,000, and then really from 100,000, I mean, if we can, grow it to like a lot higher than that, like maybe 1 million, that would be like the greatest achievement I've ever even made. But I think that'd be kind of cool to kind of say that, hey, I started with $2,000 and now I'm here at like $1 million or whatever it is. So point of this is not only for entertainment for you guys, so you guys can kind of see, kind of how trading works, also like the pros and cons for trading, but it's also like a good learning experience because essentially as far as trading, you do have to be really, really disciplined and like really just control your emotions, really well. So I guess kind of doing this really helped me out with that because, if we're starting with only $2,000, we really have to make, just make sure that we're placing, more quality trades rather than quantity. So, that's like our update right now for our 2K challenge. We're still doing it every single day. I post my profits on Instagram, so if you haven't followed me on Instagram, go ahead and follow me. Again, every single day I post either my winners or my losers. And then, if you guys ever have questions, you can always DM me for questions or advice or anything like that. I'm not a financial advisor, so I don't really have any advice for you guys. But just if you guys just have some interesting questions, go ahead and shoot it at me. A few things. So we're gonna kind of talk about like what I'm doing right now, what I'm doing really well at right now. That's making me again, I made like $7,000 or a little bit over $7,000 in just 1 month. So I'm gonna kind of show you guys how I kind of did that. And why I'm going to be doing like the same thing, for this month and then the next month. And then also I did have someone shoot me a DM on Instagram telling me if I, kind of want to do like a video of, how I started trading or how I learned video. So I'll kind of dig into that a little bit. So, first off, as far as like, this 2K challenge, as you guys can see, right here is my broker account. So, this is where I trade. So, and you're just kind of looking at something random here, but as far as trading, and it's more rather quality trades than quantity. A lot of people will place 100 trades in a day, or maybe even 1,000 trades in one day, or they'll just kind of trade left and right. As far as trading, you have to be disciplined and you have to control your emotions and really kind of pick like the best setup. So that's what I'm doing right now. So that's why I would say, if you follow me on Instagram, you guys probably see that I don't really lose a lot. Like I probably have like a 90% win rate, maybe like slightly even higher. And that's just because I'm placing quality trades. So if I see something that I kind of don't like, I'm just not going to get into it. But if I see something that is just giving me green flags all over, then I'm going to go ahead and trade that. So it's more quality rather than quantity. I can trade 100 trades in one day if I wanted to, but you guys see that I'm only really placing like maybe 2 to 3 trades on average per day. So it's just because I'm kind of selecting them, I'm hand selecting them, and then also if I'm green, I just get out. So it's more of, I don't like to kind of overstay my welcome. If I'm up on a trade, I'm going to, go ahead and take my profits. I'm not going to kind of stay in there and be greedy. So, again, if I'm green, I just kind of get out. So, it's just two things. It's just, quality trades. And then it's also, if I'm green, just go ahead and get out. And, just kind of don't overstay your welcome. I don't trade for hours and hours every single day. I only trade for, I would say normally I trade for about 30 minutes per day. I would say like last month, in December, I would say normally I think my average time was like just trading for 30 minutes. So it's just kind of getting green and getting out and then placing quality trades. So now let's kind of dig into like why I kind of started trading and just kind of how I learned. So first off, everyone kind of like knows Tesla and Amazon and Microsoft, all these big companies that you can trade. So most people trade something like this. So, this is like a large cap stock. So it's called large caps. And then you can trade so many other things. You can trade futures. You can trade, but with futures, it's almost like the future. You're trading the future price of what people think it is. So it can be commodities like oil or like gas or, just whatever it is. So you can trade futures. You can trade Forex, which is like currency. You can trade crypto like Bitcoin or like Ethereum. It's like a whole bunch of things that you can trade. And then in the financial markets, so like you can trade companies, and then so that would be like Tesla, Amazon, all that stuff. So that would be like a large cap stock because it's a large, just think of it as large cap means like large company. And then there's, other things you can trade, like penny stocks. So it's like really, really small companies that are only worth like a few pennies, which maybe I'll pull up something right here. So if we look at this one, this is like, a few cents. So it's down here right now trading at like 80 cents. So this would be like a penny stock. Or even something like this right here is trading for 44 cents. So, this is a penny stock. It's a company, but, it's just a very, very small company and no one really kind of cares about it, I guess. That's like the best way to put it. And then there's like small cap companies. So small cap companies is, would be like kind of priced like a little bit higher than penny stocks. It would be like, $1.70 and so on and so forth. So, as soon as I kind of got into trading, I was kind of like looking for like a side hustle, like doing, different things, seeing which ways I can make money. And I stumbled upon the stock market. And the reason why I stumbled upon the stock market and I stayed with it was because I guess it's kind of easy in a way, meaning like navigating like this whole broker account, right? Is like, it's so easy to like understand it. It's so easy to understand that, if Tesla is trading at $450.93, it makes sense that if I want to buy one share, I need to pay $455. So, this is the price per share. So if I want one share, it would be this amount that I would have to put in. And if this goes up $1, then I make $1. So it's just so easy to understand. It's so easy to understand like about like supply and demand, just how supply and demand works, because, if it goes up, it's just because, there's a lot more buying than selling and vice versa. So it was just kind of easy to understand how it works. This is time and sales. You can see everyone's orders going in. This is level 2 data. Just like everything that you see here is like stuff that I wouldn't say like, again, I wouldn't say it's easy, but it's not like it's rocket science. It's not too hard to understand. Like, if you can just put some time, like a good month in, like, you can really easily understand what all this means. The hard part about it, so like the hard part that takes years and years and years that nobody can really kind of pass would be having like a profitable trading strategy to it. And that takes some time. So just because if something looks like it's going up, doesn't mean it is going to go up. So, you kind of have to have a strategy, and that takes years and years to kind of build. And also, after when you do build it, you do have to stay disciplined to it. So, like, kind of follow it, control your emotions, all that stuff. So that's like the hard part of it. I just saw that the easy part was just understanding how all this kind of works and it ties together. So that's why I stuck with it. I was like, hey, this all right here, all this information I'm seeing, it makes sense. What I just have to do on my end is be profitable, be smart, make good decisions, and just kind of take my time with it. So after a few years, after some time, for example, Tesla, we see that Tesla moved. So if we look at the beginning of today, right here, and we pulled it up to the very top right over here. So it went up almost 3% today. So 3%. And, so a lot of people, trade Tesla or things like Tesla that will kind of go up something like this, which is 3%. But you have to have a ton of money to make a lot of money in Tesla because it only goes up 3%. So, I guess over a few years, and I was trading Tesla at times. You can see right here I have a large cap tab right here. So I was, I'm not bad at trading large caps. I'm actually, I think I'm pretty damn well at it. But it was just more of the fact that, again, I just, in order to make money in Tesla and stuff, or like large cap stocks, you need a ton of money with it. Like a ton of money that most people don't have. So I ended up getting into small cap stocks. So I'm gonna put my radar right here. Anything that you kind of see that's like priced between like $1 to like $15 would be more like a small cap stock. And then as you can see right here on the free float, on the right side, so we have the free float. So a free float is like another word for supply. So what I do is this. I just stated that Tesla kind of went up 3% today. Well, you see right here, this one went up 130%, 67%, this is like 59%, 56%. So all these guys that you're seeing right here are small cap stocks because they have a very small supply, and then obviously a lot of buying pressure is coming in, which is why it's going up so high. So I saw that. Like, hey, if I don't have $1 million or, $500,000 to make money in Tesla, well, if I can just trade with maybe like, again, $2,000 or even like $100, I'm going to make a lot more money by trading small caps, small cap stocks just like these, because, these are going up like, 100 times more than what Tesla is going up. And they're doing it only in a matter of seconds too. So I don't have to wait all day to like trade into something. I can just get into a small cap stock. I can find a mover, and then I can get in and get out very quickly and make maybe a good 20%, just like maybe in a matter of seconds. So I saw the pros of trading small caps. Now there's cons as well. Again, if something can go up 130%, it can go down 130% too as well. So that's why it's very, risky. It's very hard. But again, if you just take a good amount of time and in a few years or maybe even months to kind of learn small caps, to learn like the ins and out of it, then it makes things a lot more simpler. So it's more like my bread and butter now. So I trade small caps. I wake up every single day to trade small caps, and right here is my radar. So this is actually on one of my screens, as you can see. So this price is moving. So if we click right here, it'll pop up right here. So these small cap stocks, even though that they're priced very low, they're going up insane amounts. So even though you're probably like, well, Evan, if this is cheaper, are you going to be making more money than you are in Tesla? Well, of course you are, because, if this thing only goes up 10 cents, that's like a bigger percentage gain than what Tesla's making like all day. So it's all, I guess it's all math at that point. But I did get into small caps. I saw like the pros and cons to it, and I saw that, hey, if I can do really well in small caps, I will grow my money a lot quicker than anything else that you can trade in today's world. And I just kind of took it and ran with it. So that's why I'm up over 300% today. And then you guys see on other months where I will post my gains, there's times where I'll be making $2,000 or $3,000 in one day. But I'm not really making that in one day. I'm just making that in a few seconds, and that's just because of small cap stocks. So those are like the stocks that I trade. I necessarily don't look at pump and dumps, but again, small caps, they have the ability to pump and dump though. So that's why it's so incredible to trade small caps, because again, you can just make a lot more money. So as soon as I kind of figured that out, I was like, okay, so this is like where I want to be at. I just have to get really good at it, and as you guys can see, I've gotten really good at it. And that's why I'm up at $9,765.74. So, as you can see, so with Tesla, we pulled up Tesla earlier, and it was like, it made like 3% in here. So we'll go back to Tesla. And as you can see in Tesla, right here is a 5-minute time frame on the bottom right. If we, again, down here to up here, it didn't even hit, quite hit 3%. I would say like just shy of 3%. So, but let's just say it was 3%. Well, TMDE, which is a small cap stock today, and I was trading earlier today, but on something like this, so this is a 10-second time frame, so 10 seconds. So these candlesticks are forming every 10 seconds. So we saw that it took I would say a few hours for Tesla to go up 3%, but on a small cap stock, you go, you click down here on the bottom of it and you go to the very top. As you can see, this right here is almost an 80% gain in just a matter of like 2 minutes. So what I do is, there's different terms of the way people trade, and I'm more of a hyper scalper, so I get in and get out very quickly. So I normally trade on a 10-second time frame, but on something like this is where I will get in very quickly and then get out very quickly, and I will make maybe 20-30%. So it's so crucial and it's so, I guess, fascinating how small caps work, because you can make so much more money a lot more quicker. So, but again, it's also risky too. But just know on a move like this is going up 80% in just a matter of 2 minutes, where Tesla is, it's going to take all day to make 3%. So that's why it's basically why I can make more money than most people in the world, especially the people that that are also trading in the stock market too, because most people are trading something like Tesla or like maybe ETFs or something like that. But again, with small cap stocks, it's really kind of fascinating to kind of trade those and really get into that. So if you guys have any questions, just let me know. Shoot me a DM on Instagram. Go ahead and follow me. If you guys have any questions here, go ahead and comment below on this video. Don't forget to share, subscribe, like, and if you guys ever have any questions of videos that you want me to make next, just kind of let me know. With trading, it's like one of my favorite things. I want to say it's one of my favorite things. It's really like the favorite thing that I have, and it's something that I love to do. So I love to talk about it. I love to kind of show people just how it kind of works, and just like all the wonders it can provide. But just know, most people lose money in the stock market. Almost every single person does. So just know that, if you do want to get into it, kind of like, wait on it, do research first, and kind of practice in like a fake account or like a paper account simulator first before you even put real money in, because it's really risky. So go ahead and just kind of shoot me a DM, guys, if you guys need anything, and I'll talk to you guys later. See you.